Greetings, comrades, and welcome to the Rad Gaming Podcast. I'm Jemshi.
And I'm Pescador, and in this episode of the podcast, we interview ItsYoshh, a personal streamer who discusses at great length about the next step after reaching affiliate, who to surround yourself with as a streamer, and how to showcase your personality on social media.
This episode of the Rad Gaming Podcast is sponsored by Cento Fiore. Cento Fiore is a lifestyle fashion brand that sees beauty and cultural heritage, and always strives to offer timeless and elegant style. Visit cento-fiore.com to join the family. That's CENTO-FIORI.com. So now let's hop in the warp pipe, the Mushroom Kingdom. It's time for ItsYoshh.
Well, thank you for coming on the podcast. We really appreciate it, my man. But can you
You're
give
welcome.
us a little bit of background about yourself?
About myself, what do you want to know?
Oh,
I'll
everything.
answer whatever
Just
you got.
everything until the point of you becoming a streamer.
Cool. My name is actually Corey, but everybody calls me Yosh or Yoshi. I used to go by Where's My Yoshi when I first started. That was my original name. But Nintendo are a bunch of cucks, so I had to change it. And so then I went to ItsYoshh. That's when I changed it to ItsYoshh. And then, I started streaming 2016, July. I was so before I started streaming, I guess I'll start with that. Before I started streaming, I was working like 3 jobs. I was working as a retail manager, I was working GameStop part-time, and I was working Uber and Lyft. I was doing Uber and Lyft part-time as well. And then I wound up getting a bad herniated disc, like a bad, really bad herniated disc that pretty much made me useless. I was like bedridden. And then, so my friend told me about streaming. Like, she was streaming on Twitch and stuff like that, so I was watching. I'm like, this is actually pretty cool. I actually never thought about streaming on the platform before.
But you knew about it before?
Yeah, I knew about it, but I was like, I don't know. Because, like, when everybody, like, when I was, like, 16, you know, everybody dreamed of making content on YouTube or something like that,
yeah.
you know? But YouTube always made me feel weird when I tried doing content for it. I'm like, I'm talking to myself. Like, I don't like this. This isn't for me. And then, so I was like, all I had was a PlayStation 4 at the time. And so I just turned it on and I was streaming with like no camera. And then I wound up scrounging up enough money to get like those PlayStation cameras that you could only use on the PlayStation 4.
Isn't that a pain? Yeah, right?
Yeah. And the camera's shitty too.
Yeah.
So, but I got that, and then I started streaming, and then I actually started getting like a pretty decent following. Like, while streaming from my PlayStation 4, I started streaming like Diablo 3. And I was like, this is crazy,
game.
man. People are actually like coming into my stream and talking. Like, I never thought this would happen. And then I wound up like scrounging my old computer with like an APU in it. It didn't even have like a CPU and GPU. It was like all an APU.
Oh my goodness.
And every time like I would stream, like what I did was I did the PS4 remote play to my computer, and then I streamed it that way. And let me tell you,
please tell me, because I can imagine how bad that ended up.
Well, I mean, I streamed like 480p. That's all I could do with like an APU, you know? I streamed 480p, 30 frames, and it was miserable, dude. Like, every time I'd get like a notification for my stream, my whole stream would like lag out. And I'm like, I really can't do this. So actually, one of my regular viewers came in. He's like, dude, listen, there's parts like for like super cheap right by me on Craigslist. I'm going to buy them for you, and I'm going to send them to you. And I'm like, what? Like, this is like my
what a viewer, man.
Like, yeah, dude. Like, this is like, I was like small. I only had like 100, 200 people following me, and I only was averaging like 5-6 viewers, but he was like one of my regulars who started coming in all the time. And he was like, dude, I got all these parts. Like, just give me like $70 and some shipping, and I'll send it over to you. I'm like, hell yeah. So I upgraded to a dedicated CPU, dedicated GPU, you know, so it was much better. Yeah. And then I was streaming from that. And then.
So did you do this all with your 3 other jobs that you were doing, or did you stop doing them?
I was hurt. I had a herniated disc, so I was on disability.
No, I mean, like, once you were off, I'm saying, would you still streaming and doing your 3 other jobs, or did you just completely stop that and just went straight to streaming?
No. I'm sorry. No, when I was streaming, and I was on disability from May all the way till October. So 5 months I was out of like work. But I was still getting my disability checks in because I was covered through my job. You know, they had to pay me. But I was getting like a fraction of what I usually made. And but by the time I was able to go back to work, they're like, yeah, your job position is not available anymore.
Oh, dang.
And I was like, yikes. So they offered me like a smaller job, like a part-time job, making like half of what I was making. And I was like, no, sorry. I'll take the severance. Give me my severance pay.
Yeah.
And I'll be on my way, So I did that. And then I was doing Uber and Lyft full time while streaming as well. So that's pretty much when that's when I started taking, like, I was taking streaming seriously that entire time. Like, I was networking, I was talking with other people, I was getting everything in line, and that's how I pretty much started.
So you say you kind of, I'm not saying it's a good thing you got hurt, but in a sense, I mean, you were working 3 jobs, you never even considered streaming, and then once you got hurt.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't have time.
I mean, 3 jobs. Wow. I mean, I can imagine. I know the struggles. It really is terrible when you do have that many jobs. And not to mention, I did notice that I saw on your Twitter that you were a father and a husband as well. Is that during the same time too? Yeah. I
mean, I was married. I had a kid. I was taking care of the household. It was my job. My wife stayed at home with the kid because, I mean, he was young at the time. He was only 2.
Yeah.
So, and I was the one taking care of the household. And then after that, I was like, what am I going to do?
It's scary, as a provider. I can only imagine what the thought process you're going through during that entire time. But I mean, to switch to just streaming full time? I mean, isn't that a risk in and of itself?
It was all I could do at the time because, like I said, I was basically house ridden. Like, I couldn't walk. Yeah. I had the herniated disc was pinching on my spinal cord, and it was pinching on my sciatic nerve. Oh. So I had pain shooting all down my left leg when I would even try to walk. And like, it's actually the pain started in the beginning of January, but I was fighting through it. I was like, it'll pass. It'll stop. And then by the time like that day hit, I couldn't get out of my bed. I called my job and I'm like, I can't make it. And they were like, yeah, we figured so with the way you were walking last night, so like that's how I was, cause like I said, I was the provider. So it was kind of like, I can't call out of work. I can't be sick. I can't do any of this cause I need the money.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't mind me asking, did your wife, was she okay with that decision once you were better, that you decided to go with streaming as your main source of income?
Well, streaming isn't my main source right now.
Oh,
either.
It isn't? Okay.
No. I stream 3 days a week. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I still work a full-time job, but that's a Monday through Friday job.
Okay.
So so it's basically, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's all dedicated to family.
Nice.
That's my wife and my son. And then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, that's my streaming time. And she supports me like 100%,
Oh, it's amazing.
So, like if I didn't have her, like, that's what I tell a lot of people, like, having spousal support is very important with streaming. Because if you're just doing it and your wife is annoyed every single time you're doing it, honestly, you shouldn't be doing it.
I guess you gotta kind of reciprocate that support, like, she's supporting you. You kind of like, you're spending time with your family, on those 4 days of the week, right? So you've kind of scheduled it out, like, so she's also getting something in return. She's not
so it's not like
supporting you blindly without any kind of.
It's not like I'm streaming 5 days a week and she's only getting 2 days out of the week to spend with me. I would never do that unless I was doing this full time. Yeah.
But with everything that's happened to you, what made you like focus just specifically on streaming? Like, did you enjoy playing video games beforehand?
Oh man, I love it. Like, it's not even about playing the games. It's just about that sense of community is like, I think, of course, the most amazing thing that only streaming can provide. Like you're streaming like these 3 days a week. And like, I always tell people all the time, I mean, if anybody has ever looked at my Twitter, it's kind of like, and I believe it too. Like, I'm not just blowing smoke up people's ass with positivity. It's the actual mindset shift that I had to make, because I was usually really unhappy with streaming because I would be like, man, my numbers aren't good today. This ain't good today. this ain't good today. And I mean, streaming is just a constant roller coaster, you know? And I got to the point where like, listen, I got these 2, 3, 4 people coming into my stream every single time I stream. That's amazing. Like I have 4 people. I usually have like a handful of people that actually stay throughout my entire 4-hour long stream to hang out with me. That's awesome.
Yeah,
like,
right. And a lot of people can barely get one, you know?
Yeah, you know, I mean, and even if you have that one, like you're making an impact on this one person's life to stay in your stream and hang out with you.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's awesome. And like when I was streaming and I started getting these usual people coming to my stream, I'm like, I just love this. Like wholeheartedly, I love it. I enjoy it.
The way you focus on numbers sometimes as a streamer, like I think it's everyone has that wrong impression, you know. Once you start streaming, you focus so much on getting affiliate. I think that Twitch kind of funnels you in to fixate on those numbers constantly. How hard is it to get that out of your mind? Like, when does that go out of your mind? I mean, I know that numbers are huge.
It comes with experience. Like I said, I've been streaming for 2 years in July. Yeah. And the first, like, I think of the first 6-7 months, I was so fixated on growing my numbers, you know, and honestly, the whole affiliate system is not hard to enter into. I feel like Twitch makes that easy. To be honest, I think they make it easy so they get more money. I mean,
sounds about right. Yeah.
The more affiliates you have, the more people. Like it's like affiliate programs, right? Yeah. You have companies that give out affiliate codes to anybody and everybody. What does that cause? Brand awareness and sales.
Yep.
And it's not always from the person's viewers, but that person's like, oh, I'm an affiliate with this company. I'm going to treat it like a sponsorship, and they're buying the product too. So you're making the money from the affiliate codes that you give. It's the same thing with Twitch. Like you make friends, you're going to sub to them and support them, and they're going to sub to you and support you. Not saying support for support is the way to go, but I'm saying you're going to meet a lot of people along the way that you want to support. And there's going to be a lot of people that meet you along the way that want to support you. So I think that Twitch was smart with that. 3 average viewers, 50 followers. That's all you need, and you're an affiliate. Now, the funny thing I always see, though, is right when people hit affiliate, they always like, partner is the next goal. Partnership, yeah. No, dude.
That is a long way away.
That is not the next step that you should be focusing on whenever you become an affiliate.
And what is the next step?
Right when you become an affiliate, that's when you need to focus on your own community, building up your community. Because if you don't have that community, where are you going to be when you hit partner? You know, you have these people that do partner pushes, and they get that. Trying to find the right words so I don't sound like an ass. You get that brief support. You get that brief support from a whole bunch of people. So you're partner pushing and stuff. I hate the word partner push. I'm sorry, but the people partner push, and then right when they get partner, they go from having these 75 average viewers down to like 30. Right when they hit partner,
yeah,
and it's like, what was your goal? Just to hit partner? That's not right. Twitch wants you to grow your community. That's why they had that 75 average. If you don't grow that community, then the partnership isn't earned, and there's no point in.
So is that your first obstacle that you ran into when you hit affiliate and trying to, I guess not. Did you make that misconception of, man, I got to get pushed right to partner right now? Or did you realize that early on and go right for the community?
I think I surrounded myself around the right group of people at the right time. Very experienced streamers that was trying to guide me in a way. Mm-hmm. And I feel like you kind of need that whenever you first start. You kind of need a guidance, because you just go in and you stream and you have so many people tugging you. You have your follow for follows here, your support for supports here, your pushes here. And then you have all these people tugging on you as a new streamer. You know, I don't fault anybody for falling into a follow for follow trap. I don't fault anybody for following into a retweet this, like this, so we can grow together. Let's grow together. You know?
Oh, what's rampant on Twitter right now? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame people for falling into that, because what they see is, look, this person posted this. Look at all the likes, the retweets, and the comments they have.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how people fall into it, because they see those numbers.
Yeah, and the numbers do happen. Like, they actually do get, more followers from follow for follow. Like, they see that, hey, it works.
Yeah.
And it works to an extent,
But you're fluffing up your follows.
Exactly.
So, like, when you fluff up your follows, where's your viewers at? You can have 2,000 followers and only have 3-4 viewers. I've seen plenty of streamers with that. Mm-hmm. They have 2,000 followers. They're following 3,000 people, and they only have 2 or 3 viewers. How are you making friends and connections doing that? You're not. You're absolutely
I think that a lot of people going into this, they just assume that Twitch is this platform that they will be put on a pedestal. Because, to be honest, I had that's a common misconception that I've heard multiple times, and I've had that misconception in my mind, that I just go, I'm good at playing Battlefield. I'm going to go and play Battlefield, and I'm going to get a bunch of people to watch me, and they're going to start talking to me. I had that misconception from the very beginning, and then when I got in there, I got a rude awakening, man. Like, I was like, dang, there's no one in here. And that's
how it was with me, man. Like, I played Destiny, the first Destiny, I played that religiously. I knew everything. I knew all the glitches. I knew all the raids from front to back. I knew all the good PvP weapons to use. I knew everything. So when I first tried to start streaming, I was like, oh, I'm just going to turn this on. People are going to see my knowledge and how good I am. And then I was like, man, every single stream I did, nobody was coming in. Mm-hmm. But that was the misconception, because whenever you have just a PlayStation 4, you just have the Twitch app. Like, oh, stream to Twitch. You don't actually go on there and see, oh, look, there's these 4 streamers that are getting like 30,000 views each, and that's all people are watching. Like, you don't have that knowledge.
Right, because you kind of like, sometimes you go into Twitch and you see that like Destiny's got like 100,000 people are watching. You're like, well, this is a game everyone's watching, right? And you go in there and it's like 4 or 5 people have got 90%.
The bulk of it. Yeah, exactly. Right. If you go into games and the first 4 streamers have the bulk of, like, if you like, most of the time, like, let's say if you look at PUBG, for example, you're gonna notice those first 4 or 5 streamers all have the thousands, and then once you get to that second or third row, it's like 200, 30, 20, 10. Like, it just slowly trickles down, and it's like, okay, this is not a game I should be streaming. And I think people need to know that too. Like, just because you enjoy the game, it's not going to promote growth all the time. And I tell people this all the time, like, find a game that you enjoy that doesn't have a huge audience, and you'll get more of a community there, because you have people actually looking for that game. Like, I played I think I streamed Max Payne not too long ago, the very first Max Payne. Let me tell you, nobody was streaming that on Twitch. Okay, so I was the only person streaming Max Payne for like a week. I think it took me a week to beat it out of 3 streams, because the game's not super long. It's like 12 hours. Yeah. So out of those 3 streams, I had 5 new people come into my stream and be like, oh, cool, you're playing this? I love this game. People that I've never met before. So, I mean, like, I tell people, try to branch out and do something different. Don't play Fortnite or PUBG or Apex. Definitely don't play Apex right now. You're not going to do nothing.
Like, I mean, play it for fun, but not to stream.
Yeah, play it off stream. play Apex off stream for a bit, But, and it's just kind of like, I understand the having fun, play what you want mentality, but if you actually want to make this serious, you kind of have to play it smart too.
So what did you do to get yourself, people to follow you, people to view you and actually interact in your chat?
I started, when I first started streaming, like I said, I played Diablo 3. I got like a little bit of a following from that. And then once I started streaming on my computer, I had like a good computer to stream on, I started streaming Hearthstone. I was huge into Hearthstone.
Oh man, I had a Hearthstone phase.
Yeah, and I did nothing but play
everyone
Hearthstone.
Did.
Yeah, I played nothing but Hearthstone for like a good 3 months. That's what I played every single time I got on stream. And I built my following on that, my initial. I shot up to like 800, 900 followers streaming that.
Wow. Yeah. And
I was getting an average of like 25 people in my stream every single time. But then when you play the same game all the time, you get burnt. Like, this is when I was hurt. So I was streaming 4 or 5 days a week, 6-7 hours each day. playing nothing but Hearthstone.
I mean,
You
for
know?
some people
Like,
that sounds like the dream, right?
yeah, but I mean, I was hurt. I was still getting money for not doing anything because I was on disability, you know, and then I was streaming.
Even better.
You know,
I mean, ignore
so
the disability, but everything else was amazing.
Yeah, you know, I mean, and I was getting a decent amount of people in and stuff like that. And then I just got burnt out. I'm like, I can't. I really can't. So I tried different games, and of course my viewership suffered, but the people that really cared stuck around. You know, the people that really cared about being involved in my community stuck around. And you're going to have that as a streamer. You know, you're going to have your main game, and people are going to come in because you're playing that main game. But once you leave it, they're going to be like, oh, well, I'm going to go watch a different streamer that's playing the game that I want to watch. And then that's when I kind of realized that I can't base my community around the game I'm playing. So that's when I moved more into becoming a personality streamer. Not a person, like, I don't really say I have like a personality like Green Dumpling or other people like that, you know, but yeah. I'm very chill. I'm very chill. I like hanging out. I like talking with people. I'm a very positive person. At least I like to think so. And so that's what I kind of base my community around. Like, you know, come here, let's hang out, let's chill, let's talk. And then let's get into games right after. Like every stream, I start out with just chatting. We talk for a good hour. Anything anybody wants to ask, whether it's streaming related, life related, whatever, we just talk, and then I move on to games. And that's actually helped me out because people are coming in more for me rather than the game I'm playing.
That makes perfect sense. You wanted to build your community. How did you start doing that? What gave you that idea to do that?
Oh man. It was just something that I realized. Like people crowd around games and stuff like that. Building a community is much harder, but it also requires more work. Mm-hmm. So the more work you put into it, the more results you're going to get. So doing this is becoming super active in Discords, super active in communities. Also being active, have an active social media presence, you know, stuff like this. So people can see you, people have a notebook to see who you are and what you're about. You know, like people have a common misconception as like, oh, if I post my going live link on Twitter, people are going to come. Yeah. Nobody cares about your going live link on Twitter.
Because there's 60 billion other ones that are just the same. Exactly. Going live.
I put like, let's see, I'll post something stupid like a meme and that'll get like 100 and something likes and a whole bunch of retweets. I posted I'm going live. I mean, I do it anyway. I posted I'm going live. It's only going to get like 10 likes and 2 retweets, you know? So it's like people don't care. If people actually cared about my going live links, I would have 15,000+ people in my stream every time I stream. But that's just not the reality, you know?
Yeah.
So like just letting people see who I am for me, you know, and just not putting up a fake personality or a fake front. I think that's what a lot of streamers fall into. They put in this fake front and this fake like face, and then when people start finally seeing who they really are, then that's when their communities start to crumble, you know?
Yeah.
Right, because I guess like when you're streaming all the time, your personality eventually comes out, your true personality. Like
exactly. Yeah, like you know, like, oh, fuck this motherfucking shit, you know, like people like getting all crazy and wild, but you look on their Twitter and they're like, oh, today's such a wonderful day. Like and retweet this if you're having a good day, you know, like something like that. And then you go in their stream, or they're either like this, like playing the game and just.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Very like.
And you say something, it takes them like 6 minutes to respond.
It takes like 6 minutes. Like, oh, hey, man, what's up? And then they go back to what they're playing. I'm like, dude, I just said, hey, how you doing today? Not to get a, hey, what's up? Read back from you. How are you doing? I'm trying to start a conversation with you.
Yeah.
Or you have the people that like, but you look at their personality on social media and they're like this bright and vibrant person, you know?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, that's why the motto that I've always stuck with is be yourself.
It's a fantastic motto. I mean, I mean, in social media, it's super tough to really get your personality out there. What did you do in your like social media presence? How did you really portray yourself? Like, what did you do to start getting your personality out there?
I just started tweeting my thoughts. Honestly, like that's what I did. Like I think about something, like this is where it started. Like I thought about something and I was like, I just posted it and it was getting a whole bunch of traction. And I'm like, what the hell? I just said like something about my day and something funny that happened and it's getting like too many likes.
You're saying something like, I think butter's more like a fruit than, you know, a food or something crazy like that. And then they started like, people are like, what the hell? Yeah, let's like this thing.
Yeah, like, you know, I mean, I'm not going to do the basic pineapple doesn't belong on pizza.
Oh my God. I've seen that like 60 billion times this week alone. It's ridiculous.
I'm like, let people eat pizza how they want. I don't
Food is
care.
an art, people. Jeez, oh man. One of this is going to go to rest.
I do like pineapple on pizza.
So do I. Don't tell anyone. No, I don't want to start a fight. That's the last thing I want, man. But
Supreme is the best, though.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Supreme
is the best.
Supreme style pizza.
I agree to disagree, but I like the way you
There's
think.
a reason why it's called Supreme.
Yeah, okay. I'll give it that one.
Good.
I'll give you
Good
that
point,
one. I'll
good
give you
point.
the
I mean, for me, it's pizza. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Whatever
can't
the
go
fuck
wrong.
you want to put on it, just do it. Like,
Yeah.
right.
I mean, there's wrong things to put on pizza. There are.
I mean, don't put candy corn or anything on it.
I know. That's. I mean.
You haven't tried that, have you?
I haven't. No, I've seen posts on it though. That's why.
Oh,
What?
no.
What? I need the name of this person that posted because
I
this
don't know
is
who did
insane.
it. Try just searching like candy corn. Let me see.
Dude, I'm gonna have to. This is.
Twitter. Let's see if we can just like look up candy corn pizza.
Go for it, man. I have all the faith in you right now.
There you go. I found it.
Who is
But
this
it's not-
person? Who is
not
this
the
monster?
person. It's probably somebody that just took the picture and be like, "Oh my god, who did this?"
You know what I just thought about though?
I just sent it to y'all so y'all can see it. Dude.
Oh man.
Oh, it's this. Oh,
You know what's weird is that it looks like kind of good at first, but when you think about it, you're like, "That's gonna be so bad."
No, candy corn is the worst.
dude, but I'll tell you what.
invention.
If you put anything
history.
sweet on anything, bacon has to be involved because it takes the sweetness away from it, though. And
I think
that's
it just
my
makes it
biggest
taste
hint.
weird.
What
Is that
Get
why
outta
bacon
here.
ice cream is a thing?
Honestly,
I've never
so
had bacon ice
do you
cream.
remember Epic Mealtime? Did you ever see that? Everyone's
Yeah.
seen Epic Mealtime at
Yeah.
one point in time. So my friends and I thought this was a fantastic idea to go to a Dollar Tree after college one day. And we're like, you know what? We're going to do the Epic Mealtime thing. We're going to get all these dollar, like, I don't know. It was just like candy bars and everything. So we bought this, I'm pretty sure $40 each of us. So we had 4 people, $40 each. So we're at, $160 into these candy bars and things. We built this monster thing. We put it in the oven for a little bit, let the like chocolate melt and stuff, and form this giant glob. And we bought bacon because in Epic Mealtime they slap bacon on it, and they're like, add some bacon on it. You know what I'm saying? They just like kept on adding bacon. So we're like, I'll just put the bacon off the side for now. We'll just try to eat this thing.
Bacon, ham, Lincoln.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So we started eating this thing without bacon, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done because it was just insanely sweet. It was just, I had like all these
Instant
tastes.
diabetes.
Oh yeah, this is exactly what it was.
You could
But
feel
adding that bacon to it though,
Something
man.
sweet. Like when you eat something so sweet, it just like fills up your head, and you're like, "Is this what diabetes feels like?"
Oh, no, yeah,
that's probably like how you felt with one bite.
No, it
Same
was.
thing
It
when
was
you eat
so
something too
bad.
salty. Like you feel it go through your blood, and you're like, "Is this what high blood pressure feels like?" You know? Like,
Yeah, that's exactly right. But adding the bacon on it actually made it edible. Like it was not edible. And it sounds like you're like, oh man, how bad can eating chocolate bars be? It was bad. Like, I mean, it was just straight like sugar. It was,
Yeah.
But putting bacon,
see
I could
that
do
being
it. It was
bad.
actually good. So I'm saying anything with sweet, I like to say bacon can counteract that sweetness and it makes it so good. So if I put bacon on that, I can imagine. I don't know. It's still bad though. I don't know. I don't know
you
if I
don't
do
like it, put bacon on it. You know.
Exactly. That's the
That's what I'm gonna tell my
mentality.
kid when he grows up. Oh, you don't like it? Put bacon.
Why
on
don't you rub some bacon on that bruise?
I got
that
an F on my
bleed-
test. Put some bacon on it. Like,
it. Yeah, put some bacon on it. You'll do better in school, kid.
That's the mentality. That's your new catchphrase, my man. Put some bacon on that. We'll try again.
Bacon on it.
Anywho, man, I'm so. My Twitter game is weak. I'm trying to improve on it every day, and I'm sure.
mine's pretty weak too.
I mean, are you kidding me, man? You got what? Almost 16,000 followers on Twitter.
I think I'm
obviously,
close to 16.
I mean, you're
like
obviously doing something.
Since I last checked.
See, he's
I don't
checking
know why
all the
people
time.
follow me.
Look at that modest answer. What do you
really
do,
don't.
man? Like, what is your secret? Because to be honest, I know that networking and social media presence is huge in this community in general. What do you do differently that other people don't? Or what do you think you do?
I think I just post relatable content, like in the streaming world. I mean, I'll post things and then people will just join in randomly that I don't even talk to, and they'll be like, "Yo, I thank you for posting this. I needed to hear it," or "Thank you for posting this. I'm going through the same thing."
So you can give us an example if you don't mind.
Let's see. There's a tweet that I made about I have pretty bad, like, it's not terrible anxiety, but it's partially, like, I'm partially anxious. I don't know. I can't put a word on it. But every time I stream, I just hesitate. I hesitate to push that go live button, like, every single time. And I just posted a tweet about it. Like, you know, every time I stream, I don't know if I want to click that go live button. You know, like, I think it was like, you know, those tweets as like open OBS, check sound settings, hesitate to click the go live button, hesitate some more, click go live. That's the kind of like the tweet that I made.
Yeah.
And it just blew up. I'm like, what the hell? I just posted what I've just been going through this past month about streaming.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. That's all I did. And then people were just like sharing it and retweeting it. And I had like partners like commenting on it. I'm like, what did I do? Like, I just posted what I've been going through as a streamer, as a content creator.
And that's the awesome thing about, you know, Twitter or social media in general, even the Twitch community. I mean, anything that you possibly say that is impactful to somebody else can just blow up at any point in time. And everyone
exactly.
like is so they're so warm and welcoming that, like, if you do say you have anxiety or some kind of disorder or something like that, they're the first to be like, "Hey, man, listen, I experienced that," or, I understand. Don't, they're so kind. They're so catering to individuals. It's such a great community to be a part of. But some people, they don't take advantage of that.
No. And I that's what I like. I don't fault people for, using social media as just a announcement platform, I guess you can say.
Yeah. Because
sometimes people just don't know how to use it. They don't know how to use social media, and that's okay. Like, it's okay. Like I told somebody already, like, I'm like, dude, your content is amazing, but your whole timeline is retweets, it's tagging a whole bunch of bots, and it is just constantly posting that you're going live. I'm like, dude, you have amazing content. Post what's on your mind. Post stuff, do stuff, be relatable. Next thing you know, his Twitter is growing. It's like, you can't just be an announcement platform. People want to follow you and be in your streams for you, not just because you're making an announcement that you're going live playing a game that 500,000 other people are playing. That's
right. I guess what you're
is.
saying is, like, you can't say you're going live if they don't even really get to know you, right? Like, if you're trying to pull them from Twitter to your Twitch, if they don't really know who you are, it's going to be like a very weird disconnect, like when they come in to see you and they find out who you really are.
When I post that I'm going live, I'll get people coming in sometimes, but that's because I post relatable content. They're like, "Oh, I saw you posted you're going live. I can't stay long, but I just want to come say I love what you're doing," and stuff like that. And that's fine to me. Like, people always want to apologize, like, "Oh, sorry, I can't stay long." I'm like, it's okay. I'm just glad you came in and said hi. Like, that's cool. You took time out of your day to do that. That's awesome.
See, that's the thing, though. Everyone just assumes that, if you post, "Hey, going live," and you don't really do anything on social media, what's going to differentiate you from somebody else's posting going live and does the same thing? They don't separate themselves on social media from the rest of the people that do that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's no separation. You're just a fish in a big sea.
Yeah.
When other people are whales, they're doing, or dolphins or whatever, bigger animals that are going out there being seen. And you're just a small fish because you're just doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. You don't want to be that. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, you talked a lot about social media in general, but what can a streamer do that's just starting out, do to differentiate themselves from everybody else?
I mean, yeah, that's tough. I mean, that is definitely the tough thing, because when you're a small streamer first starting out, you, like I already told you, don't know where to go. You're looking at these follow for follow. Like I said earlier, you're looking at the follow for follow, all these different posts that are gaining traction, and you're just like, oh, well, if I do this, I'll get the same traction. And what I tell like a lot of people is, you just got to get. That's it. I mean, if you comment on somebody's tweet and you make like one good decent tweet and that person interacts back with you, guess what? You're going to start getting people noticing you, you know, and it's just like anything else. You got to make those friendships. You got to make those bonds, whether it's through Twitter, Instagram, Discord. Those are like the 3 best platforms, just to be completely honest, to get yourself known at. So, and interacting with like other people, like interacting, not just posting, interacting.
Do you take the time every day to make sure that you kind of interact with people, you know, on social media?
Yeah, definitely.
And
when I make a post, like I say, like I work as a retail merchandiser now. So like I do a lot of tracking. So like I'll land at my store that I'm going to or whatever. And I'll make like if I'm thinking about something, I'll just make a post. And then when I get back to my car, I'll just look at it real quick and I'll be like, oh, look, these people commented. Let me reply back if it's something worth replying back to, you know, and then I'll go to my next store and just check on it, you know, in intervals. That's about it.
So you're not like absorbing too much of your time into this social media. I know that's one mistake that I've made. I'm sure everyone's made, is that you try to get in your social media and you're overthinking everything. You're like, is this a good post? Is this going to get me likes? And it's like all those barriers you go through. Like you can't figure out if it's a good post unless you've made previous posts before. To like
me, it's just like make the damn post. Like just do it. You know, if that one doesn't get any traction, post another thought you had later in the day. You know, I mean, just post. People, that's what people want to see. You know, they want to see posts.
You agree?
Like, I don't hover over it though. Don't do that. Don't hover over your phone like, oh, I just posted this and it's getting so many likes, and then
like refresh.
Keep refresh, you know, and you're like, oh, look at this. No, don't do that. Don't do that, because that absorbing your time is taking away from something else you could be doing. You know, like your post is still going to be there. Those people's replies are still going to be there no matter what, you know, and it's just like, don't hover over any social media, because you're just wasting your day. You know, just do the quick things you need to do and then just move on with your day. There's so much better things to do. Go into a streamer's stream and interact if you're off. Go talk to some friends on Discord or work on your stream.
Or look up,
there's always something to do.
Look up crazy pizza inventions or, you know, whatever.
Watch every single Hot Ones interview for like the millionth time in a row. You know, I mean, I don't know. That's what I do. I watch NPR. I watch NPR Tiny Desk concerts over and over, and I watch Hell's Kitchen and Kitchen Nightmare stuff over and over. And that's my life on YouTube, pretty much.
Have you found a way to maybe try to incorporate similar themes into your stream? Because I guess if it's something you're into, you could try to find ways to maybe make a, your own Hell's Kitchen or.
It's fucking raw, you know, like, you know, like with me, as far as themes go with my stream, I just think of like stupid stuff. Like I do half and half days where I post a picture of me on a carton of half and half, you know, and I'm like, oh, look, it's today's half and half stream. We're going to play this game for the first half and this game for the second half, you know, but I don't really theme my days. I just play. I'm just like, hey guys, I'm playing this. Come hang out. Like, it's not like Fallout Fridays or Warframe Wednesdays, you know, or, you know.
So what are some of the favorite games you like playing on stream? That you find
it changes all the time. Right now I'm playing a lot of Escape from Tarkov.
Oh.
That game
looks good. I've never played it, but it looks really fun.
Tough.
I saw your reaction, dude. Your face in that one post. You're just like minding your own business, like, I'm gonna get out of here, and then all of a sudden you just get sniped, and you're just like, oh my god.
Yeah, like, that was just like, I literally peeked down and I got shot in the face. I'm like, you know, and that game is just like, that game's like a looter. So it's kind of like you go in, you kill, there's NPCs and there's players both in there. And the NPCs are just as hard as the players. And so when you kill them, you got to like take as much as you can and then extract. And then, so with that, you can either sell it or keep it to use later. But once you die and you lose your loot, that's it. So you could invest into having like the best guns, the best gear, and some idiot with a pistol will just come in and shoot you in the face and just take everything.
So what's your tactic in that game then? Because I'd be afraid to go in with my best gear. That would make me rage. I would lose my mind.
Everybody kept on telling me, get over gear fear and just take your best stuff in there and go in. It hasn't worked for me yet. It hasn't worked for me yet. But no, it's just exhilarating. You know, it's just a game that, like, you can watch it, and like when I first watched the game, I'm like, I really don't understand. It's kind of boring to me. But when I'm playing it, I'm just like,
you're in there.
My heart is pumping. It's like once you hear footsteps, you're like, oh god, somebody's coming.
Yeah,
you gotta figure out what you.
Have you ever played DayZ before?
Yeah, I was big into DayZ.
Dude, so was I. My God, that game got my heart flowing. I would go to the airfield. Oh my God, yeah.
That game made me rage.
I would spend like 4 or 5 hours looting, getting all the good stuff, and I'd be literally running in the middle of literally nowhere, and someone would snipe me in the face, and I'd be like, "What? What the hell happened? Are you serious?"
I remember I was playing DayZ, and I had like fully looted. I had like an AK, I had a Mosin. I was like looted. And then all of a sudden my character passes out. And I'm like, what happened? I've been eating my food. I've been drinking my water. And then it said, oh, you had a broken leg. I'm like, it didn't tell me I had a broken leg. How is my guy running if I had a broken leg?
Yeah, oh my God.
And after that happened, I never touched the game again. I was like, I am done.
Dude, they introduced barrels in that game. I can't tell you how many barrels I hid in the woods. I remember this one time that I was like stacking all these guns and things like that. I felt loaded. I killed a few people, and like the server reset, and I was like, "F this game, I'm done." I just couldn't do it anymore, man.
That's just a game where it's just like, it's kind of like certain games. It's just like you're addicted to it, and you can see where it's going, and you're like, man, this game could be great. And it's just like, after a while, it's just like, okay, I don't believe in it. I don't. I'm done with it.
Or games just break your soul, just like Fallout 76. Yeah.
I'll be honest. I'll be completely honest.
Please.
I played Fallout 76 on launch, and I actually really, really, really enjoyed it. I played it mainly for a month, and I actually had people from Bethesda coming into my stream and watching me play.
That's awesome.
Let me tell you,
that's huge.
I feel, that game did have server issues at launch.
Oh, yeah.
It really did. But once they fixed all that and they started patching a lot of the content, the game actually became a very enjoyable experience.
Listen, man, hold on one second. Let me see. Let me rummage through this. You're going to hear a lot of noise, and I really apologize. Oh, there we go. I have it right here.
Yeah.
I have
PS4. That's why.
Yeah. I was going to say, man, I usually...
PC, man.
No, I do have PC. I play PC for everything. But a while back, I started streaming... an awesome person by the name of Joker actually gave me a sizable donation, and I ended up getting a PS4 because I would always joke with him and say, man, I want to play H1Z1 with you. It's a fun time. You know, he got me, helped me get the PS4. And, I was like, I need to get, I know. I really appreciate his help and everything like that. He's a fantastic individual.
Listen. Everything else stays on PC.
Yeah.
Only get PS4 exclusives.
That's a very good point. I learned that the hard way. But no, the reason why I did this is because my fiance, she does not like PC. She will play Spyro, and I do have Spyro right in front of me. I'm not going to hold that up because I'm not ridiculous. But
I have Spyro here, guys?
Yeah. Oh, I have Spyro. But no, I have
games I got that was donated to me.
No, that one was a gift for her. Actually, she loves Spyro. She grew up on Spyro. That and what was it? Crash Bandicoot. So I have those two games just because of her. So that's why. And I was like, you know what? She actually played Fallout New Vegas on PC. She's like, I like the game, but I can't play it on PC. I'm not very good because she was more a console player back in the good old days.
Well,
so I was like,
get a controller to plug in there, and she can play with the controller.
Yeah, she tried, and then the look sensitivity was completely thrown off, and I even tried changing it for her, but it was like either super low or super high. There's no sweet spot in the middle, so I was just like, oh, all right, well, next time I get a Fallout game, it's going to be for a console, so that's why I did that. And I was like, you know what, might as well get it for the console for her so she can play, because she liked Fallout, so I was like,
Yeah. I mean, I like the idea of it. Like, you're the colony that's getting out firsthand. That's why there's no NPCs.
Yeah.
They do have NPCs. They're robots, but they're still NPCs. And I'm people always aggravate me with that kind of when it comes to the no NPC thing. Cause I'm like, listen, where do you get all the lore when you play a Fallout game? The terminals and the notes.
Yep.
They have all that in this game. And then that's what I was like. I'm like, they have holotapes, they have notes, they have terminals, they have all this stuff to tell you about everything that happened everywhere you are. I'm like,
dude, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I played Fallout 4, and I liked it, but
I didn't.
I've never finished the game. And the reason being is because I got so sidetracked with getting stuff to build forts and things like that because I wanted to try to do it. I just got immersed in that, I just stopped playing. I was like, wow, this is
I played Fallout 4, I mainly had PS4. Like, that's why before I had my PC, my decent PC, all I did was play PS4. And I had Fallout 4. I bought it at launch. I took the whole week off of work because I was really excited for it. I'm a huge Fallout fan. I love Fallout.
Oh, yeah.
And I was in the top 0.01% of people who got a platinum trophy in that game.
Jeez, oh man. How many hours you put into that then?
Oh man, I think I put about 50, 60 maybe.
That's a full-time job. Plus,
put all three endings though. I saved right before you make the decision, and then you can just do all 3 endings right then and there. So I was like, I'm gonna work around that. But
smart.
Dude, I liked the game to an extent. The only thing I didn't like is that they got rid of the karma system.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I played Red Dead 2, and just the karma system in there.
It seems too fidgety.
Oh my god!
You think you're in the middle of nowhere, killing, suddenly tracking you from 3 cities over, coming after you, and I'm like,
I ran over someone by mistake. I ran someone over totally by mistake, and then the cops are like, "You're wanted." I'm like, this dude ran out in front of what? What? I shoot a dude in the face by a fire and nothing happens.
It's just like in Grand Theft Auto, dude. You have people that just run in front of your car, cop right over there that sees you. I mean,
that is like a setup. It was just like, you're gonna hit that dude.
Or it's not my fault that I killed the hooker after.
The baseball bat found her face.
I just wanted my money back.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the game that I've never actually completed. Was Grand Theft Auto 5.
Man.
I don't think I've ever completed a single Grand Theft. Well, actually, no, I did complete Grand Theft Auto 5. I think it's the only Grand Theft Auto game I've ever beaten. I never beat any of the other ones.
Dude, I was so immersed with
and I drove a tank around everywhere and blew everything up.
Once you get to the point where you can just start doing whatever, and you're just like, okay, you've got access to so many.
Have you ever played it legitly though? No cheats? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
No. Grand Theft Auto 5 was literally the only Grand Theft Auto game I played legit. Other than that,
right?
That's because Grand Theft Auto 5 didn't really have any cheats at the beginning.
No.
They put everything kind of behind a paywall.
No, but I was saying I have 3 in Vice City that I used to play religiously when I was a kid.
Vice City is the best.
Oh, absolutely. But I could not I would play for a little bit and just be the legit way, and I'd be like, I
don't know, where's my minigun, dude?
Wait, let me see. R1, L2, L1, R2, left down, right up, boom. Cheats. I still remember it. Isn't that sad?
You put it in so many times.
Oh, yeah. Every time I get on,
somehow you die after you put it in invincibility cheat, and you're like, I gotta put in all these cheats all over again.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
God forbid if I have to put these cheats in. These kids these days don't know cheats. They never grew up with Grand Theft Auto.
I just remember when I played Mortal Kombat religiously, and I had the fatalities taped on my wall.
Did you have to sit over and look at them the finishing moves? Just
let me pause real quick.
Yeah. No, I did. I tried to do that in Smash Bros. After my friends started destroying me, and that I actually had to press pause and read some of the moves. Man,
dude, I'm not a Smash guy, dude. I'm
hey man, to each their own.
Smash guy. Yeah,
I grew up with it on the N64, so I mean, I really like Smash.
Too. Yeah, I played it on the N64 and everything, and I'm just like, there's so much better fighting games out there. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, Smash was my first fighting game, and then I kind of moved into a bunch of other ones.
Tell you what,
once you play Tekken 3 for the first time on a PlayStation 1 after you play Super Smash Brothers, you're just like, this is a whole different ballgame.
I gotcha. Makes perfect sense. Did you see Jump Force, though?
More than just, like, one button.
The what?
Yeah.
I said, did you see Jump Force?
Jump Force looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've been huge into anime. Like, listen, I'm not the anime guy he is, but...
My early teenager self would have wet his pants if he would have saw that game come out.
I mean, can I be almost 30 years old?
Anime guy anymore. I'm not a big anime guy anymore, but I used to,
Yeah.
I remember like me and my friends used to play Dragon Ball Z Budokai like religiously.
Oh my god, that was a great game. I love Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
still.
dude. Like that was like I think one of the best anime fighting games, and they never have touched that ever again. That's my opinion.
I don't know why that happens. Like a lot of these like really good fighting games come out, and then they just kind of like don't do anything. They're like, oh, this is great, like, and then they just kind of leave it alone.
Yeah, they came out with like what Budokai 1, 2, and 3, and then they Tenkaichi, and I was like, this is crap. Bring back Budokai, dude. Like, I want my side-scrolling fighting. I don't want like 3D environments where it's split screen when I fight against my friends. That's stupid. I don't want it. Like, give me.
I find that happens a lot with fighting games. Like they change it up so much because they're like, oh, we need to like, bring in something new, and it's like they only like it for the game that it was. Like they don't want to, and that's the reason why it was good.
That's why I love Mortal Kombat. Like they never changed how they did things. Like they did like little changes here and there.
Yeah, with the graphics and the fatalities. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, like, dude, the new Mortal Kombat looks insanely good.
It always looks good. They always just up the graphics and change the fatalities, but that's all they need to do. It's a fighting game. You know exactly what you're going to do.
Add, like, 2 new characters and have at it. I don't care.
I hate when they have, like, the new... Like, they do this with, like, certain fighting games, like Soul Calibur is one. They take away characters. Like, there's less characters than there were in the previous game. You're like, why? What? Yeah, like, why?
They're trying to... Like, I'm talking about Mortal Kombat really well, but I hate the way they do things. Like, you have Mortal Kombat, and then you have the Gold Edition for $100, so you get all the characters coming out. I'm like, listen, I'm just going to wait 1 year and buy your Ultimate Edition for $40. Like, I am not paying $100 right here and now for all that stuff. No. Nah.
Yeah, it gets annoying when they start trying to put, like, DLC characters and stuff like that.
I miss the days where like you actually had to actually unlock characters by doing specific things. Like they don't have that anymore.
Dude, I would rage for that stuff.
They still do that with Smash though.
Yeah, they have that in the new Smash, and I can respect them for that. Like, but other fighting games, it's just like, oh, new DLC character, $5. New DLC character
Smash
pack,
does that also.
$15.
They have new characters that come out, but like,
at least you can unlock like what 50 characters. How many characters are in that game? Like,
oh my god, it was more than that.
Something like that.
6. Well, I don't remember, man. It's a high number.
Yeah, so I don't care if they add in like 2 or 3 DLC characters for $5.
Yeah, well, whatever.
I already have like 50 something characters I can choose and play as. Like I don't care.
We've been talking about free to play games and how huge they're becoming in this podcast. Quite a few episodes.
Definitely.
What do you? I mean,
I like the way free to play games are going.
Yeah, and it's insane. So many people are switching to that because it's honestly proven marketplace. Like
the one free to play game that I respect the most is Warframe. Warframe has a completely built-in ecosystem as far as money goes. Like if you want to get platinum, which is the paywall stuff, you can like get rare mods and sell them for platinum, and people will jump on it and buy it. And it's just kind of like, so providing that to players, I think is huge.
Yeah.
And same thing with like Fortnite. Fortnite, I think, was like the first free to play game that actually did it really well. And that's just had the battle pass. Like $10, you pay $10. We're going to give you enough V-Bucks in here if you want to save it all just to buy the next battle pass if you want to. Like, that's an awesome marketing strategy. You know? I mean,
because they're not going to save it for that. They're going to be like, "Oh, this skin, so cool. Let me buy it." And they're like, "There goes the $10."
For a long time, I never saved it, dude. I bought like the Carlton dance right when it first came out because I was like, "Dude, this is the Carlton. I need it." Like, it's just. But it's like Ring of Elysium does it too. They have their own battle pass. I haven't played Apex Legends yet, but I'm sure they probably have some kind of battle pass.
I'm sure they will.
They'll be stupid not to.
They have money system in there. I know that for a fact. To unlock characters and skins and stuff.
Yet.
Not yet. No, not that I know of.
Yeah.
But it's gonna come, you know it.
Who else jumped on it? Realm Royale jumped.
H1Z1
game. H1Z1 did, but H1Z1 is.
I can't remember when Rocket League had the Rocket Pass thing. Like they've all done that now. Where they're like, hey, you get the
which
pass.
is a fantastic and smart system. Yeah, absolutely.
It works. I mean, you see Fortnite's made billions of dollars, and they're like, okay, we need to do something. But I don't like it when games you have to pay for do it. Like I wouldn't buy it on Rocket League. I don't buy it on PUBG. I wouldn't buy it on games that I have had to pay for. But I think PUBG made theirs free recently. I'm not sure if they did that or you still have to buy it.
The game or the pass?
No, the pass. I don't know if they made it to where
like you had so many hours or money or
I don't remember. I know they came out.
I'm rolling the bucks in PUBG, man. I never used my money for anything because it was just a joke. Those crates and stuff were jokes.
PUBG just became
or whatever they are.
Dude. PUBG became the next H1Z1.
Oh, the Call of Duty just eclipses it. I mean, it's everything that. What was that?
But Call of Duty bombed.
Like, I know, but what I'm saying is
all of its player base.
Absolutely.
Once they came out with their system that they had in place, where it went by time played rather than experience gained.
Yep.
That people jumped off ship so quick after that.
No, but they had it when they first started that game. They did it right in the sense that the battle royale scene there was everything PUBG should have been. Like it was working correctly and everything. Definitely. I mean, they did screw it up, and I'm not here to debate that at all because that's the truth. I mean, they really screwed it up, but I mean, just the way in which everything's going anymore, man. I mean,
I think it's becoming a fact where AAA is trying to catch up with what a lot of lower studios are doing, and they can't. They can't give you that same experience because they're giving you a half-assed. AAA has always given you a half-assed experience. Where if you look at Fortnite, you can tell that's a love project. You look at Ring of Elysium, you tell that they put a lot of love into that.
Yeah.
You look at Warframe, Apex Legends, all these games, you can feel like when you play it, you can feel that
they put a lot of thought behind it. Yeah,
actually care about this game. Where if you look at Call of Duty, like, oh yeah, we didn't do our campaign because Battle Royale is the next hot thing now, so let's put it in our game.
Yeah, I'll just slap another number on it too. Maybe just slap, Yeah. I understand. That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
I like the Black Ops series. Like I liked Black Ops 1 and 2. I didn't like 3 that much. But I like the Black Ops games, for their story. They had really good stories. Yeah. But Black Ops 4 is just like, why did you just call it something else?
Yeah.
Like you're just
they're kind of like tarnishing the Black Ops name, kind of like, okay, well the series isn't like as cool as it was. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if it was 1 and 2.
3 did good because nobody cared about Infinity War. And nobody cared about World War II. So people were playing Black Ops 3 for 2 years, like 3 years, because nobody cared about the other 2 Call of Duty games.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like that. Maybe that's why they did Black Ops 4, because they were like, because they're still releasing maps like 3 years after Call of Duty Black Ops 3 came out. And I'm like, wow, that just shows you like nobody cares about anything else but Black Ops 3 right now.
Is there any?
I know it because I worked in GameStop. So it's just like when those games came out, nobody really came to get them. People were still coming in and getting Black Ops DLC and stuff like that.
That's the crazy part, man. I mean, look at Call of Duty as a franchise. It's been around forever.
Dwindling, dude.
Yeah, but I've read something not too long ago that they act like something like a big corporation like Activision they think is going to make some new push to becoming something crazy like free to play. When do you think big name games like Call of Duty are going to go free to play? Because if you look at the market, that's a great point. And but because they have the fan base there, it's already established.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, what do you think the next big company that's going to do this or next big game that's going to do this?
Here's the thing: they'll do free to play, but they won't put it on the Call of Duty name. Look at Apex Legends. That's in the Titanfall universe.
That's true.
They didn't slap Titanfall on
but they're still releasing Titanfall 3. Apex, you're right.
Exactly. But they slapped Apex Legends on it, and it just became this overnight phenomenon.
Yes.
That everybody's playing right now. It has the same gun style, the same gunplay, the same style as Titanfall.
Oh, same environment for the most part, too.
Same environment. It's taken in the same world, but it's a free-to-play experience. So if they do that with crazy. Call of Duty, they'll probably just call it Black Ops. I don't know. Like they'll just call it something else. They won't do it
Crazy Zombie Fun Time. Yeah.
Yeah, they won't do it that way. You know,
but it's that's great
an
point.
IP. That's like $1 billion IP.
But the whole reason why they
risk going, I'm sorry, but the risk going free to play with $1 billion IP is stupid because you're gonna make your money back anyway. But the thing is, like, if they release it for that $60 price tag, it's still gonna sell because it's a household name.
Yeah. See, I think Apex, honestly, like, Respawn in general did a fantastic job, and the reason why I believe so is because they made this free-to-play game, and it wasn't just to make a free-to-play Battle Royale game. It was to hype up Titanfall 3.
Yeah.
That's exactly why they put it out.
This game completely surpassed that, though.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't even think that they could expect like what happened with it. But they probably thought it was just going to kind of like get in there.
But Apex, you don't play as the pilots. You play as the lower class, right? Isn't that what it's like? The kind of like the story is based around. I'm trying to remember because like I know Titanfall, you play as pilots who are specifically trained to pilot Titan.
Yes, but you could fight outside the mechs, and it's the same kind of style as Apex Legends. Yeah. So I'm saying,
but these guys aren't pilots.
Correct. I mean, they're not. Yeah, they're Titan.
That's why they don't have mechs in the game.
Correct.
Because
I'm saying like they just use the same skin and same.
Though.
Yeah,
dude, if they added mechs in that game, dude, that would be insanity.
They need it.
Would be nuts. It would be broken. You'd have like one team all mechs and then just smashing everybody.
Dude, I when Titanfall first came out, dude, that game was awesome. I absolutely love that game.
Yeah.
And
it's a shame what happened to Titanfall 2.
Yeah,
they
really
released
is.
that game in the worst window possible. I think they released it right before Battlefield and Call of Duty came out.
Yep.
It's just kind of like nobody cared about
Titanfall. It got shadowed by other games that were being released at that point in time.
Y'all are stupid, man. You should have released Battlefield 1 and then released Call of Duty. Everybody would have been tired from it by the time spring came, and you could have released Titanfall 2 in spring, and then it would have done like so much better. But what am I? What do I know? I'm just
You're just a marketing agent, right?
You know?
Yeah. It's a marketing expert.
EA, call me.
Yeah, right? No, but they did a fantastic job just with everything. You could tell that they really took their time in thinking out this process because...
And another thing I think it's restoring faith in EA. I think EA is trying to make moves to where people are... Because, I mean, you can look at Ubisoft. Ubisoft kind of turned it around. You know, they were coming out with shitty games left and right.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, every game they were pumping out was good, and they were sticking with it. Like, look at Rainbow Six Siege. That game was terrible when it first came out. Now it's like one of the biggest competitive shooters.
Oh yeah, I absolutely
love it. Look at For Honor. When For Honor first came out, it was a broken mess, and then now the studio is still working on it today and making it a better experience for everybody.
Yep.
You know, the first Watch Dogs sucked, but the second one was good, but nobody wanted to play it because the first one sucked.
See, you know, they did everything right when they launched Apex. So they did it in an extremely hypeful way. They got big streamers to play the game. They actually had servers that worked.
That's your marketing.
Servers that worked. It was fantastic.
That's the smart thing. Why spend $1 billion on marketing when you can tell all your big streamers, like, we're launching this game today, play it.
Yeah,
that's free real estate.
Yeah,
free real estate. You know, I mean that's what it is. Like when you like businesses are finally starting to understand that giving your product to content creators is the best way to promote your stuff now.
It absolutely is.
You don't
right,
need
because there's a connection that those influencers, as we can call them, like that's what they have a connection with their audience, and it's not like a disingenuous like ad that plays in front of their stream or something before you can actually watch. You know, it's like they actually go, "Hey, I'm enjoying this game." Like, dude, I've been hanging out with this guy for like months in his stream, and you know,
and it's free to play.
Yeah,
like people are playing it, and they're like, "Oh man, I can just download this game right now and play it." You know, I mean, that's such a great bold move.
It was,
and they took it. You know, and
I think that's exactly why Fortnite did so well. I'm sure like so many people, like everyone was just downloading because like, oh, I don't want to buy that game. It's, you know, like it's kind of cartoony. Oh, it's free. I'll play it. Yeah.
When Save the World came out, nobody was buying it. You know, even though Save the World, I bought it when I was like half off. Save the World's not too bad. It's a pretty enjoyable experience. But once they released that Battle Royale mode, just blew up.
I
Because
think most
PUBG
people
was
don't even
already
know.
big. PUBG was huge at the time. PUBG was bringing in hundreds of thousands of people watching it.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, Fortnite just, after
Sharp
like
overnight.
3, 4, 5 months, it just completely takes over the platform. Like, that's unheard of. That a game that can just wipe
Right.
that out, you know?
So
I think
Because
that's
PUBG had the
impressive.
hype around it. Because
Mhm.
PUBG had the hype around it because PlayerUnknown did it, who
Yep.
was in charge of H1Z1. And people were like, well, H1Z1 went to shit because he left. Now he's making his own Battle Royale game. Let's jump on that, you know?
Mhm.
And it had hype around it. But Fortnite was just, hey, here's a new free game to play. And it just blew up. Like, out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, dude.
I know that they actually did a lot of sponsoring through streamers with Fortnite. Like, I know I've seen people that, like, influencers, YouTubers, like, they were sponsored by Fortnite.
Yeah,
And it was insane. And, like, I think they knew exactly how to market that game because it wasn't just like, oh, it's free. And they're just, like, there's just so many things that they did right.
And Apex, EA and Respawn did the same exact thing with Apex. They were like,
Yep.
okay, let's just give it to our influencers and let them run with it.
Honestly,
Now
they
it's
did this fantastic. I can't even stress that enough. Like EA
Well, he
has.
did it at the perfect time because Fortnite's been trickling down.
Yep.
So people are trying to jump on what is the next big thing. You had all these big streamers. They just stopped. They didn't want to play Fortnite anymore, you know?
And that's what I'm saying.
kinda
Like
like
they,
you said, you got
everything
burnt
worked
out
out
by,
fantastic.
like, Hearthstone,
Yeah.
and, like, it's just like you get burnt out. Like, okay, I play Fortnite.
I can't see how Ninja does it, dude. I can't see how people like Ninja.
I mean, when you're probably making as much money as he
I was gonna say the
is.
money could be a
Yeah,
factor, but
but I mean, mentally though, that has to be draining.
oh, I'm sure he's
Like-
done with it. He's like, I checked out of the hotel like 6 years ago, man. He's like,
Yeah, but he's probably like, Fortnite has given me so much money, I can't turn my back on them.
no,
now.
yeah, it's
You
exactly
know,
what
like-
it is, man. I mean,
He
I
probably
can't
has
think of any other
nightmares
thing.
waking up. He's like, oh, Fortnite.
Yeah, right.
Build my fort.
Oh,
Right, dude, it's just build a one by one, quick.
Yeah.
You're gonna have PTSD after he stops playing.
Right.
Oh my god, yeah. We talk a lot about marketing and just free to play stuff in on our podcast quite a bit, and there's just a lot of insane risks that companies are taking anymore with this whole marketing with like free to play games and actually having their own platforms launch at Steam on the computer used to be a huge thing. And now there's the Epic Game Store. They got Discord has their own store now. Like, dude,
I don't think I'll ever use Discord as that, but I mean, Epic, they're just.
I think it's just doing everything right. It's insane.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, they're like,
smart they are.
Steam gives you that much of a cut, we'll double it. Like,
I think they tripled it actually.
I think
They
they,
almost
I think they only take 20% from.
No,
no,
it's
I
like
think it's less than that.
12 or something like that.
12?
Yeah, from the
Something like
developers.
that.
And I
12.
think Steam takes 20, right? Steam takes
30.
Steam takes 30. Like
Yeah.
that's the insane thing. Like that's what I'm saying. They're doing everything right. Like they know.
Yeah, and then they have their creator program where it's like, okay, use my code, and I get a portion of that too. So it's kind of like they're hitting all the right marks. And Steam is just trying to make their own streaming platform and stuff like that. I'm like, no. There's too many of that. There's too many streaming platforms now.
Yeah, what's the point?
There's Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, Facebook, Caffeine, Steam. What else? There's more. I know there's more.
Oh yeah, there's
Six is overcrowded.
yeah.
You're
But
only
you know
have
that you're going to
two.
go straight to Twitch if you really want to see something. Like,
Well, yeah,
you know.
Twitch is going to give you the numbers. You
Yeah, that's what I'm
know?
saying,
I mean,
yeah.
I feel like that's what people misconceive. Like, people go to Mixer because they feel like they'll get better numbers there or something like that. And it's just kind of like, but you're only going to plateau so high because it doesn't have
The user
same
base.
market and user base as Twitch. Twitch is like quadruple, maybe even like 5, 6,
I would even
7
say more.
times the
Oh yeah.
size.
Right. It's kind of like if you want to post your
Mixer.
video on YouTube or Vimeo. Like,
Exactly. Who
does
the fuck
anybody
watches
browse?
Vimeo, dude? Like,
Right. It's like kind of interesting because you see there's like Vimeo creators, like they try to mimic what YouTube's doing, where they got YouTubers and all that kind of stuff, and it doesn't compare.
YouTube is going to be the only thing on the market for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a long time before they crash and burn.
Right, and it's owned by
You know?
Google, so like they have pretty much all the financials and
and
server
Twitch is owned by Amazon.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like, where's that going to go? No, Amazon's not going anywhere.
Like, I'm surprised YouTube didn't push their streaming platform as hard as Twitch.
Because they knew they weren't going to make any money with it. Why waste money on marketing and things like that and making this push when they're not going to go anywhere with it?
Yeah, exactly. So it's just kind of like, they're like, just let Twitch have what they have, and we have what we have. We make way more money than them anyway. You know? It's just,
absolutely,
you know,
man.
And, you know, Twitch is amazing, dude. Like, and I feel like, you know, if you want to grow as a streamer, it's your only option, you know, and there's room for everybody. I think that's the wonderful thing about Twitch, is that there's room for everybody. It's just, you got to market yourself right.
Yeah, there's always more and more people coming to Twitch, like, every day. Like, there's more viewers every...
And honestly, that's because of Fortnite, dude. Honestly. Like, you watch all these Fortnite clips and all these, clips. People want to be there live for the show and watch these things happen. You know? They want to be there. And
then now that they've been on Twitch for a while, they're now watching other things. And
yeah, their favorite streamers are playing different games now. And stuff like that, you know, like Fortnite used to be like this melting pot. Like, you had all your big streamers playing it, but you had everybody kind of going over to all the other streamers. So even if you were like a small streamer playing, it's not like that anymore, because Fortnite's kind of dying down. But all the smaller streamers would still get people going in their chat. It was probably like 12-year-olds asking me if they can play, but still they had
100% true,
into their chat. You know, I know, because I streamed Fortnite for like 3 months. So I was just like, every stream you'd have like 20 I Swallow Comes follow you.
Yeah.
And you'd have like 15 kids coming in asking me if they can play. And I'm just like, no.
That's why I never played Fortnite, man. I played with a few streamers just that I knew, and I was cool with that, and that's my biggest extent. Like, I
mean, I actually used to enjoy the game, you know, but sometimes the game gets so big that it starts getting a lot of those toxic. Like, it becomes a very toxic environment.
Like, sometimes Overwatch can be. Ooh.
Sometimes?
That's true. Yeah, all the time. Same with Rocket League. Dude, I can't tell you how bad I rage when someone says nice save when they score on you. I just immediately go from like, the water is so warm, it's so wonderful, and I'm just like, I want to fucking kill you, dude. Like,
rip your throat out, learn how to block.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, man. Like, but no.
But that's any competitive, like, that. I think that's the problem, though. Like, I don't see Fortnite as a good competitive game. I see it as a good fun game.
It's entertaining to watch and play.
Like, you have people always complaining about the new stuff that they add. I'm like, dude, the airplanes were freaking fun. Like, I had fun ramming into people's buildings with the airplane. All these try-hard people that's building a tower in 5 seconds. I could just take my plane and just ram it in the
I'm good at tearing shit down, man. Don't you worry about that. That's what I was good for.
It's just like, dude, they're doing this for fun. They want you to have fun playing the game. And then I think it became too much of a competitive space. People were treating it too much as a competitive space.
I think, like, Ninja came in and kind of took his competitive, like, I can't remember what game he played beforehand, but he came in
Halo. He played Halo competitively.
Right, okay.
Yeah, he played Halo competitively. I think he's been streaming for, like, what, 7 years?
Yeah, he was on Twitch, like, very early.
He was on
how he got
Justin TV.
Right.
Yeah. And, like, he played Halo competitively. He did H1Z1 competitively. He's just a competitive player, you know? And you already know they want to appease him because he's the one that's been racking in all the money for Epic. I think it's awesome, though. Like, I have nothing against anybody who made money from this platform. You know, Ninja did it. Ninja was in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, if anything, he helped out everyone else on Twitch, because now Twitch is like... Everyone knows about Twitch if you play video games.
If you think about it, even look at Ellen. Like, he was on Ellen. He was on Jimmy Fallon. Like, he was on a whole bunch of Tonight shows.
Commercial for the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, he was.
Yeah,
even for a brief moment, but we all knew who he was with his pink hair. I'm like,
yeah, but everybody was like, in the commercial, they're like, you don't know who Ninja is? Like, they said his name in there.
Yeah, I know. I just like,
you go from a kid playing video games competitively to being in a Super Bowl commercial, dude. That's nuts. Like, that's insane.
And that speaks miles for our generation, man. I mean, like, you could go from being a no one to someone that plays a video game and thousands of people watch you You know, like
hundreds of thousands, dude.
Yeah, that blows my mind.
What's his record? Like, I think it was like 250 to 300,000 people watching him at the same time when he played with Drake or something like that.
I thought it was like close to 400,000 or something.
400,000?
I think the record's supposed to be like 600,000. I don't remember.
I don't know.
It's supposed to be really high. But PewDiePie played Fortnite, and he apparently has the highest streaming audience record or whatever.
Right. But he streams on YouTube.
Yeah, it was on YouTube though, so it wasn't on Twitch.
Yeah. No, we're talking about Twitch.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I know, but I was like, just point
get
that
your
out.
head in the game, bro.
Well, I mean, PewDiePie has how many subscribers though?
Like
80
something
million,
now.
80 million at this point. Like, come on, if he streams something, he's bound to already get 500,000 people watching.
Right? Yeah. I mean, not to take away from him and what he's done, but I'm just saying, like, it's.
I don't agree with a lot of the things that he said in the past, but you know, people like PewDiePie and Ninja, I think that's what everybody should aspire to be if they want to make it, you know? And sometimes you gotta have to look and see, like, okay, what are these guys doing that made them so successful? You don't have
and what
to
did they do along the way? Because sometimes the mistake some people make is they look at what they're doing now, and that doesn't translate well to what you're doing and where you are, right? Because like you can't be like. Yeah, like they're getting commercials.
Buy like a $300,000 streaming room and be like, I'm gonna be the next Ninja. You know, I'm not gonna do that.
Some people might do that, man. I mean, you know, but
hey, look, if you have the money, go for it.
Yeah,
you know, but that'll be
probably
cool
better
to show your friends when they come over.
Right.
Hey, dude, look at my streaming room. Oh, dude, how many followers you have? Oh, like 25. But
I just hit affiliate, man.
Yeah, you know? I did a follow. I just hit affiliate. Yes,
I got my first sub like 2 days ago, man. Come on, dude.
Get on my level, bro.
That's what I tell everybody. Like, Twitch is a journey, dude. It's a journey.
You gotta right.
People get aggravated with me because I say it a lot, but it is. It's just enjoy the ride. That's all
absolutely.
I say. You know,
but
you're
my
not
man,
gonna be an overnight success.
No, absolutely not. And there's a lot that goes to it. People just assume that they're gonna be this next big ninja that's gonna come on because they're good at a game. But I mean, there's a lot more that goes into it than just getting on and playing, man.
Yeah, dude. I think we talked more about video games than any.
Oh, that's quite all right. I mean, this is a gaming podcast, so you know we're the hosts, so you know we could do whatever we want to do. There's no producer, so I'm cool with it.
I'm just the guest. I'm here for the ride, dude.
Yeah, it is. There you go. You're just using your little motto for Twitch. Just put it in the podcast. Just here for the ride, man. Just here for the ride.
Exactly, dude. Just here for the ride. Put some bacon on it.
There you go. Yeah, see? We learned a few things today. I'm glad.
This should just be the name of the podcast. Just put some bacon on it. Yeah.
We'll see. Jemshi, we can do that, right? Because, you know.
We got to rebrand everything.
Just put like a special piece of bacon on this episode, you know? Put some bacon on it.
This episode's sponsored by bacon. Bacon's what we're eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, bacon. You know?
No, but man,
hey, man, thanks for coming on the podcast. This was
yeah, definitely, dude. It was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah, no, we would love to have you back on eventually, but yeah, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, you can have me back on when I'm like, don't mean anything anymore. That'll probably be better.
You'll mean something to us, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You'll always mean bacon to our hearts.
When I think of bacon, I think Yosh.
We're just be the bacon bros, dude. Like...
I'm cool with that. But thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate it, man. You have a good night.
Oh, yeah, you too, guys. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you.
And thanks again to Yosh for joining us on the podcast. You can check him out on Twitch at twitch.tv/ItsYoshh with 2 H's.
And make sure you stay tuned for our next episode of the podcast. We release a new episode every Wednesday and Friday. And as always, stay rad, comrades.